So arms out like a forklift, baby on the pillow.
Just to know what's going to happen to him.
Right there, don't go anywhere, okay? So let's get started, everybody. Hello to one and all. I'm Rabbi Mark Cooper, the Mohel. Why don't you come over here?
Okay.
And stand side by side and face the camera. You could just stand in the background right now, because right now the baby is act 2. So we're here today. I'm Rabbi Mark Cooper, the Mohel, and we are so happy, Ivy Rose, to celebrate with you. First of all, you're a big sister. That's amazing. And today we give you your special Hebrew name. And as you grow older, you will come to know what your Hebrew name is. Your name is Ivy Rose, and you are named for your great-grandmother, Patricia Rose Mike. And you're going to receive the Hebrew name Penina, which means pearl. And a pearl is a very, very special, beautiful gem. And your other name in Hebrew is going to be Shoshana, which means rose. Pearl and rose. Those are 2 beautiful names. And you're also given a name for your great-grandmother, Pauline Blitzer. Now, you're too young to know this right now, but when you get older, your parents and your family will all tell you things about who Patricia Rose Mike was and who Pauline Blitzer was. And you will have a part of them in you for all the years to come. Your name, Penina Shoshana. And with these special words of blessing, Ivy, we're going to give you your special name. And you'll carry it with you forever. Misha berach avotenu Avraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, ve'imotenu Sarah v'Rachel v'Leah, hu yivarech et hahorim, ve'et bitam hanolda lehem b'mazel tov yikarei Shema beYisrael, Penina Shoshana. Yehi ratzon sheyizku horeha legodlach leTorah ulechuppah ulema'asim tovim v'lemar amen. May our God who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, and all the generations of our people from those days so long ago to this moment right now, send blessings on you, Mark, and Tori, and especially on this beautiful young lady, and you bestow upon her in this special moment, surrounded by family and a bunch of people on Zoom, the Hebrew name, Penina Shoshana, a name that Ivy Rose will carry with her throughout her life, to be a tribute to Patricia Rose Mike and Pauline Blitzer. May it be God's will that this beautiful child grow in health, in body, in mind, and in values. That she might do everything she can to try to make our world a place of great harmony, decency, and goodness, in the name of the traditions of the Jewish people, that she will learn from you. And to that we say, Amen.
Amen.
Mazel tov to you, Ivy Rose.
Mazel tov, Ivy.
Mazel tov.
Daddy, you want to kick off soon?
The other thing to kick off is
Mazel tov.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because you can't text me.
No.
We've been eating in an hour.
okay, everybody. I think it was remarkable. Yeah, present. All right, everybody, let's turn our attention now to this beautiful young child. And to begin our service, let's all call out these words in Hebrew. Baruch haba. Blessed may you be who come here today to be entered into the covenant of the people of Israel. We have gathered here today to celebrate a bris. We're going to call on, it says me, but who's lighting the candle? Tori.
You're going to light the candles, and
Tori lights the candles.
Okay.
And we light candles at a bris because the flame is a symbol for the soul of the human being, the symbol for the spark of light that resides within each of us. The
We
flame
have
is a symbol for the light that comes from God. And candles have been lit. And now we're going to call on Allie to share with us the opening reading.
Sure, yes. There is a new light in our hearts and in this home. These candles celebrate the birth of this child. Blessed is the woman who bears a child, for she knows how love overcomes pain. Blessed is the man who fathers a child, for he makes a bridge between heaven and earth. Child of light, we greet you with love and joy overflowing from our hearts.
Beautifully said. So we're here today to celebrate so many beautiful and special things. We could use the baby. We're here today to celebrate the gift of new life that comes from God. That is one of the most beautiful miracles any one of us will ever behold, that God does renew life. This week in synagogues everywhere around the world, we'll read the Torah portion, Bereshit, which is Genesis, which tells the story of the creation of the world, the creation of all life. And in that portion, we learn that God renews life day after day, season after season, family after family. That's a promise that God made and has been kept. You might want to come here so I can help you out. Stand on my right side. Stand on my right side. We're here today to celebrate nothing less than the gift of new life that God makes possible. As I say, it's a promise that God has kept through all of the eras of human civilization. We're here today to celebrate the miracle of new life coming into the world. Whatever your religious beliefs may be, whatever you believe about God or are not sure you believe about God, on this we can all agree that nobody can look at this child and not be filled with a sense that something impossible has happened, something beyond the ability of human beings to make happen with our own two hands. Human beings are incredibly capable. We can make and build and engineer anything, almost anything. Some things we can't do by ourselves. Some things require a partnership with a divine source of life that is in our midst. As I say, whatever your religious beliefs or affiliation may be, on this we can agree that this is one of the most, if not the most, beautiful and special miracles any one of us will ever behold. And we're here today simply to express a sense of awe, a sense of reverence, a sense of humility in the presence of such an incredible miracle. And that in large measure is what brings us here today. We are here today as well to celebrate family, the notion of connection between the generations. We're here today to celebrate parenthood, the idea of sharing the love between the two of you, Mark and Tori, first with Ivy, now with this incredible child. Nothing more beautiful than the experience of nurturing a life from infancy to all the stages of life. We're here to celebrate parenthood. And we're here to celebrate the story of the Jewish people, the Jewish religious heritage. This is part of his identity that he will receive from you. And we're here today to celebrate that idea that the story of the Jewish people continues on. For those who know something about where the Jewish people have been for the past 4,000 years, you know there have been so many moments whereby logic and reason we should have disappeared from the stage of history, but we didn't. Here we are, tiny Jewish people continuing our way in this world, continuing to thrive in a land of our own. Possible because in every generation, parents step forward to say they want to see the story of the Jewish people continue on in their family, in this generation, and in this generation that you now brought into the world. So that's what we're here to celebrate today. Miracle of new life, family, parenthood, the continuing story of the Jewish people. Along the way, we'll give this child his name, just as we have just done with Ivy Rose. And now we will return our attention to Mark and Victoria, who have their first reading to offer.
We've been blessed with the awesome responsibility of raising our newborn son. We pray for wisdom and guidance as we teach Cameron to become a caring and loving person. Dear Cameron, as you grow the name we give you today, add meaning to your life. May the legacy of those who have come before you light your path and guide your steps. We dedicate you to the Torah, to a never-ending fascination with study and learning. We dedicate you to a never-ending growth as a human being capable of giving and receiving love. We dedicate you to a never-ending concern for family and community, justice and charity. Today, we affirm our desire to create a Jewish home and live a life of compassion for others, in the hope that you will learn from our example.
Beautifully said. Now we want to turn our attention to the grandparents, Marcia and Charles Blitzer.
We are thankful for the many joys that have blessed our lives. Now the wonderful moment has happened. A new life, a new child to love, the opening of a new chapter in the chronicle of our family's existence. May our grandson grow in health and happiness and become a blessing to us all. May Mark and Victoria find joy in the years that lie ahead. And may we be granted the joy of seeing Cameron grow and flourish. Then our prayer to you, O God, shall have found its answer. The days and years to come shall be for us times of peace, wondrous fulfillment, great joy, and happiness.
Beautifully said. Now we turn our attention to another meaningful ritual of the bris service, and that is welcoming Elijah the prophet, which if you've been to a Passover Seder, you'll know that we do this at a Passover Seder. Elijah is the story is told in the Bible, in the book of Kings. He is a zealous, fanatical man who wants the world to be a place of perfect peace, perfect harmony, perfect tolerance. But when we, the Jewish people, imagine the world to be such a place, we invoke the name of Elijah the prophet. We do so at a Passover Seder, at the end of a Sabbath, and we do so here at a bris, because maybe, just maybe, this beautiful child will help to make that happen. So I'm going to ask Mark to come forward, pull out this stool.
Vito's actually going to sit down. Yep.
Okay, perfect. Have a seat. And you're going to put the baby on his lap. Right here. He is incredibly hungry. I'm gonna.
Don't let him fall.
Yeah, you don't let him fall. And now we're gonna call on Teddy Sanders to read these words of prayer.
May the world this child inhabits be a place of peace and goodness, righteousness and harmony. May his conscience ache when he sees injustice and inequity. May he inspire and motivate the members of his generation to work with him to transform our world into the place of holiness that it can and should be. And may we, who gather here today at the very beginning of his life, merit the special privilege of living to see that miracle come to pass in our own lifetimes.
Beautifully said. And now we're going to turn to Bianca and Eric, who have two prayers to recite.
They're actually tied up at the moment, so I'll read them.
Or we could
pass them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So now Mark and Victoria, we do what you read 8A.
That we will embrace
the sacred and time-honored role of creating a Jewish home for our son. We will try and make our home a place where we will learn his Jewish identity and be inspired to make his life more deeply meaningful, and the world a place of greater harmony and blessing. In the name of the Jewish traditions that we will teach him.
Now, having a bris is considered a mitzvah. It's a commanded Jewish act, a sacred practice, of which there are hundreds that Jewish people perform. Those done once in a lifetime. This particular mitzvah is done whenever a baby boy is born into the family of the Jewish people. And the mitzvah is part of the mitzvah is lifelong in its enactment, and it's the parent's responsibility to raise their son to be in education, connect him to his community. And whenever a Jewish person embarks on doing a mitzvah, we offer words of blessing to affirm that that which we are about to do is a sacred act, not an ordinary moment. So now there are blessings to recite. 9A.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu
ceremony is about so many other things. It's about celebrating the miracle of life and family and parenthood and the miracle of the continuing story of the Jewish people. And yet we do have a physical ritual to symbolize those values. It's our oldest continuously practiced ritual to people. If you know something about the practice of Judaism, then you know that there's nothing that Jewish people do, anything you can mention, reading Torah, matzah on Passover, Hanukkah lights, challah on Shabbat, nothing we do has been practiced for as long in an unbroken chain of tradition as this particular mitzvah that is performed here right now. And it is technically the father's responsibility to do this for his own son.
Well, no, thank you.
If you wish, otherwise you
No.
could designate someone in the room. I accept. I've been designated as the personal agent. You're listening carefully. You'll actually hear me say the mitzvah blessing as I perform this act on behalf of parents. Take me around 3 or 4 minutes. I strongly urge you and all the Zoomers to chat amongst yourselves.
Intermission time. You guys could talk.
So I need babies.
Oh, nice fireplace.
This is gorgeous.
You should ask Kenneth if he's back in Brooklyn or is he in Baltimore? He said he was in Brooklyn. Yes. But now.
Kenneth, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you in Brooklyn or in Baltimore?
In Brooklyn.
Well, your cousin Hannah has been trying to make contact with you. So you should try her again. She's now using,
She's back.
she's now visiting
Yeah.
with masks.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Just between left and right in COVID, time goes by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hannah, how is Lev doing?
Lev is okay. Lev is okay. I mean, he's, believe it or not, teaching cooking in Zoom.
Hard to taste the food, though.
Yeah, I don't know. He's actually a consultant to some company that teaches online because he hates doing cooking. He's a chef, so it's for him doing cooking classes in Zoom. It sounds like, really unprofessional, but that's life at the moment. We have to Zoom. Yeah. How are you doing?
We're doing well. We're zoomed out usually.
Zoomed out.
Okay. We had a visit from a contractor. That's why I had to go.
Yeah.
Oh, what did he have?
You did get a cookie.
Ivy.
She gets a cookie.
A cookie and a new name.
A pretzel.
Pretzel.
Wow. Very
Ivy,
nice.
what's your Hebrew name? No?
That's whoops.
Figured I'd leave the background on for some ambience. Hey, Roy, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Carol?
Looking at this gorgeous house, it looks like a real estate tour.
Oh, yeah, well, it's an empty, there's still a lot of furniture we're waiting on.
It's beautiful.
It's
Oh,
very
thank you.
elegant.
Yeah. Love the fireplace.
Yeah, thanks. It's the first time we've used it. It's a rainy day out here in New Jersey.
Oh, really? What is Fairfield near Teaneck?
I've never heard of Teaneck, so it might not be that close. It's near the ocean. It's right. It's like the northern part of southern New Jersey, right by the water. Yep, we liked it.
Hi, Tori.
Hi.
How are you? You look amazing.
It's like it's been done.
Yeah, it has been done, right? And what did you get? You get a treat, right, Ivy?
What you got there, huh? You got a cookie?
Ooh, is that Yaya and Papa?
Hi. You look so pretty today, Ivy.
Hey, Tori, he's all done. You wanna take him?
Yeah, I'll take him and feed him.
The mitzvah is complete.
Hey.
Does the dog get a Hebrew name too?
Yeah. Amen.
Can I feed him?
Praise that you and I are God's sovereign of the universe, you who have shared your miraculous divine power of bringing new life into the world. Mark and Tori, we thank you, O God, for this gift of new life, for inspiring these parents to bring their child to the threshold of a life enriched by the beauty and the warmth of the Jewish traditional life, graced by the presence of God, to which we say, Amen. Now it's time to bestow the Bishop's name upon him. As I'm sure everyone knows, he is Cameron Leon, and his name is going to be Michael Nicholas, in memory of Leon Blitzer and Nick Mike. Eloheinu v'lo chaim et hayel razel avivu lehimo v'karei shema be'Yisrael Michael Nicholas Yismacha b'yotzei chalatza v'gelim bo b'fri b'taka kadu yismacha b'cha ve'imecha v'tagel yoladetecha yehi ratzon shizku horav l'gorba v'torah u'lachup u'lamasim tovim v'nomar amen. We give thanks to God for all that is good. We declare this child's name to be among the people of Israel. Michael Nicholas Cameron Leon Blitzer. May this child who is now so small grow to be great. May his name be honored by all who have the privilege of sharing his life. May you, Mark and Tori, tell your son that it's his destiny to embrace the Jewish people, to live in the light of the heritage of Judaism. May you, Cameron, study our Torah, and you seek knowledge and make a worthy and honorable use of the knowledge you gain wherever you go, whatever you do. May you be surrounded by those who love you and care about you and want to share in your life. May you always have a simcha, a joyous moment to look forward to. Let us say to that, Amen.
Amen.
Some comments from you.
First, Rabbi Cooper, thanks for providing such a beautiful service. And to everyone on the phone, I know it's not the same having everyone here, but really appreciate everyone taking the time to zoom into this event. It really means a lot. And to Cameron, our boy, so much of Judaism, but I think religion in general is understanding the principles of God, and a lot of what I have learned through religion in my upbringing is living through the principles that my ancestors have lived it. And naming Cameron in honor of Leon and Tori's grandfather, Nick, I think means a lot for both of us, because we take that honor really seriously to instill in Cameron the same principles of morality, goodness, and honor that, you know, I was taught, and I know Tori was taught through her parents as well. So to Cameron, we wish you good health, happiness, and safety throughout this life. And amen. And I also wanted to have Teddy Sanders say a couple words just in spirit of the honor of Nick Mike, his grandfather. So Teddy, I'll pass it to you.
Sure. Good morning. It's an honor to be here as a part of the ceremony and as Cameron's godfather. His name of Mikhail Nicholas that was given as a tribute to my and Tori's grandfather, Nick Mike. He exemplified values of family, honor, and hard work. He was born to immigrant parents in 1926. His parents immigrated from Syria. His father fought in World War I to gain the rest of the family citizenship. He was raised in a poor but close-knit family. He had 2 brothers and a sister, and they remained close their entire lives, very close. And he was the first in his family to go to college. He attended UConn and earned a degree in engineering. And he married an excellent woman in my grandmother, Patricia, with whom he raised 4 kids and 11 grandkids. His home was always the nucleus of our family. And in large part, it's because of him and his love of food and family. And many of my best childhood memories were at his home. To kind of piggyback on what Charlie and Marcia said about it being the beginning of a new chapter, it's kind of fitting that it's with the end of my grandfather's chapter coming recently that this new chapter is beginning for Nick Mike. So I wish Cameron all the health, happiness, and success that my grandfather had.
Thanks, Teddy. Mazel tov.
Beautiful.
No, the opposite. So let's bring our service to a close by chanting our people's blessing that we say when we have a moment that's memorable and meaningful, and we want to relive it again and again and have more moments like it. Thank you, God, sovereign of all creation, for giving us this moment of celebration. May there be many, many more moments of joy and delight and celebration in the years to come. That I'll say, Amen. Mazel tov, everybody.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
No, I think
Shimon
you're good.
Tov and Mazel tov
That's a
and
tough.
Mazel tov and Shimon tov. Come on, Roy. Hey, Lon.
The circumcision.
Siman tov, mazel tov,
My dad
mazel
did it.
tov,
Mazel
siman
tov.
tov, mazel
Wait,
tov,
did they do it?
siman tov, yelanu.
Yeah, why is
Worried about that.
needed in
Okay.
There's Roy. Hi, Roy.
I usually
Hello.
but not during the pandemic.
Okay, no worries.
Mazel
Do you
tov,
wanna have a
everybody.
big one?
Right.
You can grab a big
No.
Mazel tov.
Food.
Mazel tov. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
All right.
Mazel tov and siman tov.
I'm gonna go feed it. Yeah. You okay for me? Oh, yeah.
Hey, Charlie,
Glad you guys supervise.
yeah.
will you text me? I
Okay,
don't
I'm
have
gonna
your
go
phone
feed him
number.
now. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you guys. I miss you.
Love you.
Can't wait to meet him.
It was a
Bye, mazel
wonderful
tov.
Mazel tov. להתראות.
להתראות. Bye, everyone. on your Zoom.
Take care.
Bye. Lovely to meet everyone.
Teddy, you wanted my phone number?
Yeah, just shoot me a text because when I deleted my old work email, it deleted a
Okay.
bunch of contacts for some reason.
Mazel tov, Talia.
Teddy, you did a beautiful job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that was so
I
nice.
said, yeah.
Thank you.
Great tribute.
It's
Lovely
all
to see
true.
everyone. Thank you. We're gonna sign. Bye, guys.
Yeah, good seeing everyone.
Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone. Thank you for coming. Let's zoom back soon before you leave. Bye-bye.
Sounds good. Bye.
Thank you.